Hello and welcome back to a brand new Play 2 Plays. My name is Paul James. Today we're playing Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town, a remake, in many ways, slash kind of a reimagining as well, of the Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town game, going way back. Friend of the show, Ryan Betson from the Pop Culturist. Big fan of this game, this franchise. I don't have the tools that I need with me to deal with that at the moment. And we're just kind of exploring some of the early stages here. As you can see, it's 5 p.m. In this particular day. I've kind of run myself pretty ragged. I'm, again, very early days. You can see I'm starting to build some crops here. We've got some cucumber. We've planted some others. We've got the shipping guy that's here right now. Of course, I've naturally dropped $95 short of a goal that I had. But there's lots of little things to do. I've got some chickens. We can go catch up with Nugget and Pippa and Willow. They're my pets, and Nugget's just a piss take because chicken nuggets. But we're kind of exploring the farm here, and it is very early days, and we'll pop the head down because our little dude's kind of burnt himself out a little bit at the moment. I've been doing a lot of mining the last few days, and that's kind of worn him right out. So we'll call it a night. Jump into bed. Little record of kind of my income for the day. $182. He's in a better state than he was before. So Louis, my horse. Oh, they look like some cucumbers that might be ready for picking. So we'll ship all of these once I collect them all up. And thankfully, these are a plant, unlike potatoes and some other vegetables that you can plant. This is a particular vegetable that actually continues to sprout throughout the season, so I can accumulate more. Now you can see I kind of butchered things with some watering at one point, and that's why I had 2 plants that hadn't actually seen water. And so they're slightly out of sync, and that's going to bother the OCD side in me. But I'll go ship those cucumber in a moment. You can see every action. You can see in the top left corner there, we've got my little stamina bar, my fatigue, my little fatigue meter. Cool, I can upgrade. Those are depleting with everything I do. And so I kind of want to build that up, and there's opportunities to increase that as the game plays out. But I also want to get better tools. Now, I've upgraded this watering can once before because previously I could literally water 1 item at a time. And so to then multiply that out across every single plant that I might have, and on top of every other action I might perform throughout the course of the day, get quite exhausted, and he hadn't actually done much. So I want to upgrade my tools. I want to do all those sorts of little things to kind of boost my efficiency, get things done quicker, tend to the farm. You can see at this point, like, I haven't upgraded my hammer and my axe enough to be able to break down some of these heavier stumps or fairly large rocks. But in time, I'll be able to do that. Oh, see, I would have missed those 2 plants there. So basically, my watering can doesn't quite have, as much as I've already improved it once, it doesn't quite have the capacity to deal with every single thing. Now, I'm pretty sure there was a little event on today, and I might be missing it. So I can ship all these items, the cucumber. You can see there's 1 versus 2 star. Blah 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 blah. That's going to make me over $1,000. That's great. Now, yeah, there was a little event on that. I think it was meant to start at 10 o'clock, so I've well and truly missed that, I think. And even then, I'm not 100% clear on where everything is. I think it might be at the plaza over there. So I'll duck across. Maybe it's not too late. I'm pretty sure they said it was a 10 o'clock start though, so I might have done my dash. Let's see what's going on in the plaza. Hey! So here's some of the locals. This dude told me to come over. I'm ready to start a race, but why not start a race? Yeah, let's get in a race. Got my horse. Don't know how I'm supposed to race. Like, which one's... I can't even tell which one not is me. And what I'm doing to... what I'm doing to race. Is that me that's being left behind? Everyone looks so generic. I'm a little confused as to what just happened. Was I racing then? Prize exchange. So then I've got 0 medals. Let's try that one more time. So every medal is worth... Right. I'll throw 6 down on everyone and I'm going to win something. Hedge some bets. But let's go for the one that's 35 to 1 chance, because that'd be nice. Okay, so I'm not racing, it's all luck. I think I want number 2 to win. She was the 35 to 1. I'll get something back. Right? Okay. So obviously there's gonna be a bit of luck involved. You want to kind of... I'll go one more time. So like I want to see... Let's go with Bucky. Let's just go with one that's not the favourite, but pretty close. Come on, Bucky. Let's go. And then we'll move on from this. Oh, Bucky. Bucky. Bucky! Go, you good thing. It's like the Melbourne Cup. Only far more entertaining. Oh! Did I win? Bucky won! Beautiful. Alright, so anyway, we've got some medals there. I could spend a fortune and kind of wipe myself out, I'm sure, which I won't. Trade for prizes. I can get a face mask. Diamond. Ooh, okay. Let's get a diamond. Let's get... Okay. Let's just go 2. And then... Let's... There we go. Alright, so we collected a few prizes there. The races have kind of been and gone. It looks like everyone else has cleared out, so that's the end of the event. We've done absolutely nothing. I haven't fed my chickens. I haven't done anything constructive. I've just been booted back to the farm. So I better go over and look after my animals. I thought I was going to be racing, which would have been nice. So we got our fodder here. Got 3 chickens, so I need to make sure that I've got that. Well, oh no, not trying to water anything. And then we can pop the egg in here. So that'll give us a 4th chicken. We've got obviously 1 fully grown. I bought Nugget. The other 2 are still kind of growing up. Oh, don't want to miss any weeds. I will drop a few things. Oh yes, now I was shooting for 3,000. Now I've well and truly blown that. Oh no, I don't want to keep my weeds. What am I doing? Probably Yeah, we'll store all of them. We'll get some sleep, and we'll dive into a new day, a normal day, and see what we can get up to. So I'm gonna stash a few more things. I'll go feed the chickens. I'll do all the things I need to do. I'll have a couple more. Oh, what? Couple more cucumbers. Did that dude not collect all my shipping the other day? I don't know. Oh. Some other little goodies. There's a few things that will just basically spawn every day, which is good to guarantee some degree of income. Go feed the animals. We won't worry about the weeds right now. We'll come back to that. That can be future Paul's problem. Oh, 2 fully grown chickens. Beautiful. Oh. And basically what I'm trying to do by, like growing the chickens, helping the chickens to grow up and feeding them and collecting the eggs, I'm creating an extra source of income. $50 per egg, not a lot, but it adds up when you add in the other garden bits and pieces. Speaking of which, I better go water the plants. Let's collect a few weeds while we're at it. The ones that are in sight. Oh my god, what has happened overnight? Got a little mini map for the farm, so I can press the minus button here and you can see there's a few other weeds kind of scattered around. It shows where my horse is, other kind of key locations in the farm. So we've got the space for the cows when we get those, so sheep, our horse stable as well. There's more room for growth as well as the years roll on through the game. So what I'm doing in this early stage of the game is I'm trying to build as many different sources of income as possible. Crops, making sure that the ones that I get, hopefully I have the money for them when a new season comes along and new things will be in vogue and will thrive in those conditions. Making sure I pick those evergreen ones rather than having to buy fresh seeds every single time. I can just get, in this case, cucumbers, and they will continue to sprout until the season is over, at which point they'll die off almost instantly. There's no easing out here. It just boom, it's over, which is not fantastic, but that's me out of water. I thought. Might go to the mine. We'll upgrade some gear, since I've kind of blown my money now on the races. Gambling, everyone. It's not good. Surely there's no more weeds. Holy shit, there's tons of them. A big shout out also, thank you to our good friends Kat and the team at Turn Left for having provided us a copy of the game for the sake of this video, and we've also got a copy at the site for a review, so please go and check that out as well. There's some awesome content around Story of Seasons you'll be able to find on the website. I'll get rid of my excess fodder there. I need to get myself into this habit of disposing of that after I'm done with it, because I don't need, it's one less thing that I need to lug around, and at the moment I don't have a lot of room in my bag to carry extra things, so I want to make sure that I'm doing that. Alright, what do we want to do? Let's go and upgrade some gear. It's a Thursday. I don't remember whether they're open or not on Thursdays, so we'll find out. Oh, they're wandering around there. It's locked. They're closed on Thursdays. There's our little smithy there, so he's going shopping. We'll catch him tomorrow. We'll upgrade our gear tomorrow. Alright, so let's head down to the mine. The mine is a really good opportunity. Actually, I better This is one of the more interesting things. So jump in here, it heals me up. Jump in Starkers from the look of it. Can't quite tell. Maybe he's wearing some shorts. It's a little unclear. I think he's wearing some shorts. But you can see that my health and my stamina in the top left corner, they're starting to replenish. I want to be managing that because I don't want him to basically pass out after a hard day's work and basically get nothing done. So let's continue to build that up. Because if you wear him out too much, he actually oversleeps into the next day and you miss a couple of hours at the beginning of the day. So there's a knock-on effect, there's a balancing act, there's these things that you want to consider to ensure that you are being as efficient with your time as possible. So here we are in the mine. I can smash up the rocks and I'll find some ore. I'll also just find some basic bitch rock. Nothing's come out of any of them just yet, but there we go. A little bit of ore. Nothing really to write home about. And then I use my hoe to find, hopefully soon, there's some money, and that's great, but I'm not getting a lot from that. There should be a staircase that'll emerge hopefully nice and soon, so I'm not wearing myself out hunting for it. Oh, there should be, there we go, to go down to the next level. And the deeper I go, the better the materials that I find. So I really only want to smash up the... I've got so much copper. I've got so much copper that I don't really want any more at the moment. Because the copper and those sort of resources, they go towards your upgrades. So it's not just a financial contribution you've got to make, but it's also... my hoe's gone up a level, so I can upgrade at the forge, which I might do tomorrow. Surely it's around here somewhere. Oh. Great. I'm digging around for something and I don't. Oh, he's starting to wear out. Like, it does seem like a little bit of RNG as to where the ladder is each time. So there's a luck of the draw component too. Now I'm going to have to smash up more rocks and hope that I've even picked up the right side here. To continue persist down. Maybe there's my ladder. Cool, but he's fairly knackered now. So I'll go down. I do have some edibles here. The black grass here should help a little bit, but you can see it's not giving me that much. Bluegrass, a little bit more, but like, I don't like my chances of really finding anything overly good. Silver is something that I've been able to find in the next level down, in the third level down. Heavily populated part of the mine. I'm just going to try my chances. Come on. So he's out of stamina. He's out of, yeah. But he's not totally fatigued yet. So then our little happy face over here, that's going to start to take a hit. And so I need to weigh up, how hard do I want to go? Because at this point, here we go. Here's the level, the floor that does have silver. There's some silver there. So it's a rarer resource. Now, one of the things I think, and this is me purely speculating at this particular point, one of the things I think will start to happen is, as I get a better hammer, maybe it becomes less demanding on my body. Maybe he doesn't get as exhausted as quickly, or using the hoe and it covers larger stretches of terrain, I don't burn myself out because of overuse. I'm gonna call it quits there because I don't want him to be absolutely spent going into my next day. Oh, what do we got here? Potential love interest, because there's a few male or female characters that you can engage in a relationship with. You don't necessarily have to. You can just play the game and be single the rest of your life and not worry about any of that sort of things, but it is certainly a part that's been a really fundamental component to the Harvest Moon games over the journey. Now remember, Story of Seasons is what the Harvest Moon franchise has become. Harvest Moon still exists. There's some different publisher bits and pieces there that have basically meant that the talent, the developers responsible for the old Harvest Moon games, they've gone on to develop Story of Seasons, and the Harvest Moon franchise is manned by a new team. So there is a little bit of confusion still amongst the community over what's what. Story of Seasons is the continuation of old Harvest Moon. That's why we're getting Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town. It is a remake, essentially, though not in name. It is a remake of Friends of Mineral Town from back in the day, which is one that Ryan, I mentioned before, he adores Mineral Town. Just will not shut up about that game. Right. So, shipping. So I can offload some copper, I can offload some silver. Don't know how much it's going to get me. Not a huge amount. I'm probably going to keep the silver, offload the copper and the scrap. There's mail, nothing new. Got my toolbox there. At the moment, I can only carry these 4 things. The pedometer, I feel like there's going to be a catch for having taken X number of steps. So I'm going to keep walking with that, and I'll be able to expand my bag and enhance the capacity of it somewhere down the line. So within that, I've got my cabinet here where I'm storing some excess stuff. I might see what the diamond's going to fetch me. Be nice if that's worth a lot. 100. That's it. Oh man, that horse race was not worth it. Rare gemstone, fen mines, good amount. Not that good. Holy shit. Great, just tossed it in there by mistake. Used to build maker machines. I might keep that just to be sure. Let's get an early night at 4:20. It's a lot of money to come in a single day. I'll take that. Oh, because of course the shipping guy was busy with the event the day before, so nice. Okay. So what I'm going to do, and this is where you want to be conscious of how you manage. Oh, actually, it's too soon. I can't do anything just yet. Where you're committing your funds is like, I could go and I can get an upgraded bag, which will be great. I can carry more gear. I can, in all respects, the tools in the bottom left corner as well as the things that I find. Which, when I go into the mines, I do often find that I'm over encumbered and I can't carry everything. Or I could upgrade some of the tools that I've got. And in this case, I think I've got 3 different sets of tools that I could all upgrade. Now, I don't know if I can upgrade them all at once, but if I can, that's mighty tempting. Because I can be more efficient. I can get things done faster and maybe not at the expense of my energy, my fatigue, my stamina. Yup. So it's only 8:20, and that's the perk there of not oversleeping is that there's 2 extra hours I've gotten at the beginning of the day there to be able to knock over some of these basic kind of mundane tasks. We'll get in there, go visit the chickens, collect some eggs, make sure I've got that source of income coming through. Oh. No, I'm not I'm not wanting to talk to the chicken. Get out of the way. Let's go, collect as much of this as I can. So I can just straight up toss things in there, or I can interact with it and kind of pick and choose and get a bit of a clearer picture as to what I'm going to make on each thing here. Now, it's 9:40. It's time to make some choices. I think they open at 10. Let me double check. Closed Thursdays 10 till 4. Alright, there we go, they're open. So, this is my guy that I mentioned before. He's my forge. I'm going to be able to upgrade some tools here. I've got a few choices. I've got the hoe that I can actually upgrade a few levels. Do I want to jump straight to that? It's really tempting. And you can see it's only one little minuscule thing, and then when I can get enough money and the right ore, the mythic ore is going to be great. The axe, I haven't really done too much with that yet, as you can see based on the experience there, but in time. And the hammer also good to go. I'm technically able to unlock the gold hammer. I just don't have any gold at the moment. Oh, hang on a sec. My little rat brain's going off. I feel like I have some gold in my cabinet. I think it was one of those things that maybe I just lucked into at one point. Could be wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. Let me take the copper with me for now, just so I've got all necessary resources to make up my mind. And then if I go up to the top, I'll show you the shop, and hopefully when I kind of show you the prices and kind of what I'm working with here, hopefully you're in agreement with whatever decision I ultimately make, and you're not screaming at your computer thinking I'm the dumbest fool in the world for making the wrong choice. But bear with me, we'll see what happens. So you can see, to upgrade my bag there, I go from 4 tools to 8 tools. I go from 8 things to carry to 16. Like that's a substantial difference, but for 3 grand. By the way, when it comes to the tools, depending on the upgrade I'm going for, it takes a certain number of days to upgrade them. So some of these things might be out of action. I'm not going to go with the watering can, because then I can't water my crops for the next day or more. Oh, choices. Do I go with the bag or not? No. Let's upgrade some tools. Let's try and manage my fatigue and my stamina a little bit better than I have been. That's not my fault. Like, that's early game. Oh, I've picked the wrong path here. And of course, there's also the farm down here where I could buy a cow, for example. Oh, look at that dog. That dog is adorable. I want that dog. Give me the dog. So you can see I can buy a calf, different coloured calves, fruit calf, sheep. I can stock up on fodder. There's the cow, sheep, alpacas. Right. You can see obviously there's a substantial cost for just a normal calf, let alone the different breeds of cow as well. The sheep, alpacas down the bottom there. So everything has a cost. I'm not going to go for any of those right now. I'm kind of happy with my basic income and the fact that I'm getting a bit of cash now from my vegetables that I'm harvesting. We've got the other farm here, which is focused on chickens, and they're cheaper. But of course, I've got well, you can see I've 3 out of 4. If I buy one here, then I'm out of luck at that point. I could buy a rabbit. I get fur. Don't know if that's necessarily going to be overly useful yet, so I'm not gonna blow my money on a rabbit just yet. So I think we'll go over. We'll upgrade at least 1 tool, but maybe 2. Upgrade. Let's start with the hammer. Now we've got some choices. I think I might go silver, which is going to take 2 days. So it basically means I can't do anything in the mine because I need to break up rocks. But can I? Okay, so I can only do one thing at a time. So I'm a little bit hamstrung now. What's going on here? And there's little dynamic, well, not dynamic, but there's little events that will pop up over time. Who's this pink-haired girl? Papuri. I do. Will you give me a chicken? Ah. A little bit underwhelming in the end. I thought there was an opportunity to maybe get a chicken or something like that. That would have been handy. Alright, so what can I really do now? Because I am somewhat hamstrung by the fact that... Oh, hang on. Let's go and explore a little bit further. Let's show you a little bit more of the world. So we'll head down here. We'll head past through the farm and out the other side. I guess by forcing you to only upgrade one thing at a time, they don't leave you completely hamstrung. Maybe that's kind of some of the logic. So we've got another little smithy guy down here. Open every day but Saturday, 11 till 4. It's... Okay, oh I've got an interaction here. So you can see potential love interest there, whether you are a male or female protagonist, and you do have that option at the beginning there, so you can have different sex relationships or same-sex relationships. No issues with that within the game whatsoever. You can kind of pick and choose whatever speaks to you the most, maybe based on the characters themselves, as opposed to any personal preference you might have. Yep, sure. Alright, let's head back in there and have a chat to this guy, because he can upgrade my house, but I think that, yeah, they're all renovations. But I can expand the coop. Slightly bigger house. These things are surprisingly cheap. A barn there, so increase the barn size, town villa. You can see, obviously, financially, they're not ridiculous. You can see the cost in terms of lumber, material stone. These are all things that, you know, lumber, if you want to buy them, buy lumber, it's not cheap. Material stone, not cheap. But I can get these different trees. There's different things that I can kind of outfit my house, an LCD TV, ancient CRT, damn straight. So there's little things I can kind of that I can buy there and build. But I want to focus on my tools and my gear at the moment. By pressing the plus button, I can kind of get a larger look at the map. So we've got the hot spring, which we went to before. There's this little island here that I want to go and explore at some point. There's a different mine, the lake mine. I wouldn't mind checking that out, but I don't know how to get across there just yet. I think maybe I'll upgrade my axe next. We'll head up to the top of the mountain, kind of see what's going on there, if anything at all. Most times I've been, it's been completely empty, but we get a little look over the forest, over the township itself. Not that much to see really, but I'm imagining there's going to be certain events as the game plays out that will kind of link in with all that. But yeah, we'll head back to the farm and we'll wrap things up for this entry of Player 2 Plays. Oh, let's collect that. Very calm, very relaxing, very simple experience, but I do have a great love of the Harvest Moon games from back in the day, and I'm glad that Story of Seasons is kind of picking up and is assuming that mantle that the original franchise once did. I can change my outfit, not that I've got that much to choose from, but let's go the blue hoodie, why not? But that is where we're going to wrap things up for this entry of Player 2 Plays. If you've enjoyed Story of Seasons, the game is out on July 10th, so you can look forward to that. You can expect to find some more content about the game up on the site, player2.net.au, so keep your eyes peeled for that as well. And obviously you've got this video that hopefully you've enjoyed today. If you did, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. All the buttons are down below, and hit the notification bell, that way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patch, The Insider, more Player 2 Plays, late game review, gamer school and a whole lot more. There's some awesome stuff, so please subscribe and go and check it out. Visit the website player2.net.au where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patched, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary, where there's been some fantastic guests over recent weeks and months, so please consider subscribing and going and checking that out. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks. At the lower tiers, you'll get early access to episodes. At the higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. Finally, there's Twitter. You can find me at Paul James Games, the website you find at Player2au, and until next time, that has been Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, a remake of the old Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town. It's fantastic. Go and check it out. If this is speaking to you, go and check it out. It's a really calming sort of experience. A lot of people who've been playing Animal Crossing New Horizons this year, very much in that same mold. Different, but very much of that same sort of feel. If you enjoyed that game, you might like this. So go consider checking it out. It's out on the Switch July 10th. And until then, thank you very much for watching. Cheers.